That's what I hate, bro. I don't like this. All right. They try to green screen me. It's crazy. Um, there's a rapper who goes out and takes himself out named Og Maco, right? And I like to start off the speak on his stuff just flat out how I like to do it. Now, because I can't say the S word because they will demonetize the video or they'll put certain restrictions on it, just bear with me, okay? Al Green once said that taking yourself out is not the answer. Another quote says, when you feel like giving up, just remember why you held on for so long. Another quote says, when you don't have the strength to take another step, ask those you love to pull you. Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep on going. A quote that pops out from Jamie Torlowitsky says, this life, this night, your story, your hope, it matters. All of it matters. It isn't weak to ask for help. It's like using a flashlight when you're lost in the dark. Though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start and make a brand new ending. By Carl Bard. There is a quote that I love to say, and I hold off on it a little bit. And the reason I hold off on it is because I really, really, really want people to understand that you're only as strong as you really think. It's not a physicality thing at all. When a lot of people talk, they always talk about brute strength and force and how they can pummel this and push that and harm this and harm that. And I've always combated that and said, true strength is in your ability not to do anything. It's your ability not to actually kind of live. Yeah, you kind of live. It's in your ability not to do certain things. Somebody throws something at you, you're not reacting. Somebody calls you a particular name, you're not reacting. That is true strength. That's true strength, true power. I think the problem with people is they mix up power and strength with force. They mix up power and strength with force. Og Maco basically got rid of himself. There's a quote from Sherlock Holmes, or Sherlock, with played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who says, "Your life is not your own. Keep your hands off of it. It belongs to everyone else." Couldn't agree more. But the reason why this is so important, people had to learn to speak about the lows. They have to. You got to learn to speak about the lows because everybody shouts from the mountains about the highs. They talk about the highs so much you would have thought there was never a climb to even get there. And if there's no climb to get to the top, then what are we doing exactly? Are we just waiting? Are we just sitting? What's the thing? What's the theme? There was a quote that I said, um, maturation is sacrifice and discipline is oh God. Maturation is sacrifice. Discipline is progress. I think that's what I said. Love you as well. And it took a moment to kind of sit and resonate to actually make it make sense because bad things happen to good people all the time. That's where you know that you've had your quote unquote fix you feel. That's how you know that you're as good as you say you are. That's as good as you get what I'm saying. Does that make any sense? It's like you say you have a good house, right? And you may have a good house, but you truly know you have a good house, not because it survived the fall in the freaking spring. No, you know you got a good house because you survived the summer and the winter. So that's where you know your good house is actually at. Because without that being known, people just sit back and they get confused and they go, well, I don't know. This is going to be this and this is going to be that. And I'm just going to skate through life because I'm a good person. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be tested in order to know. And it's so much BS that's sold to the masses that you would think there's never going to be a bad day. Not true. Not true. Not true at all. This is why bad things happen to good people because we don't know. We don't freaking know. We don't know if you're actually a good person. You're a good person based off how you react. But to the premise at hand, as far as Og Maco go, I think we can all say we know a bevy of people who decided to get rid of themselves. Because I can't say what is it, TTT, TTL? Yeah, TTL. That went down way too fast. God, dog. That's that ginger ale. Anyways. Pardon me. God, dog. Anyways, yeah, no. So it's those things. There's so many individuals who literally don't understand, don't know nothing, and will literally sit here and not know what exactly to do. They don't know. They just sit here. And nobody ever tells them at times, and especially for the young men, good job, we needed you. Good job, you did well. Good job, you mean so much. Good job, we couldn't have got it done without you. There's no importance there. So they sit there and they whisk away. And once you're at the very, very top where little buddy was, I'm pretty sure he probably had like maybe 800,000 in a good year. That he probably had a million point two in a good year. And it seemed that everything was up for him. But to put something to your head and let it go is insane to me. And I said, in a quote, I said, hey, God bless his family. I can't give him anything. All I can say is he got what he wanted. And if he was fine with it, then I'm going to be fine with it. The days of us as a society over here in this community in particular, we just going to accept people as they are. If you tell me that you want to hurt yourself and you break your arm, then so be it. You got what you wanted. But I worry for the family. I worry, are there going to be individuals who feel that they're responsible for something that he decided to do. And if you ever lost anybody in that way, I have a couple of times, you sit back and you start to replay conversations and messages and all this crap. And then you have to sit back and you got to go, you know what? They decided to do that. I didn't have anything to do with that. And I don't want anything to do with that because I can't put that in my conscience. So I'll just tell y'all, pray for your people and those who are suffering afflictions like that, because at the end of the day, we don't know what anybody's going through. We'll never freaking know. One of the worst people who did that to themselves in my lifetime has been Robin Williams. Yeah, TDJ says a lot of people aren't articulate enough to speak it, thoughtful enough to think it, or too private to admit it, as far as like asking for help and stuff like that. So I 100% can believe that. And nobody wants to seem weak. There's so many people who are literally working at trying to not seem like what they are. It's perfectly fine to say this right here. I'm not okay. I'm not doing well. I'm hurting. I'm suffering, but I'm going to get better. If you tell me, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. I got this. I got this. Yep. No, 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 no. I got this. I'm good. And I'm like, you sure? I can help you. You sure? No, I got this. I freaking got it, man. You sure? I can help, because they don't want to seem weak. This part of the society that we have spotlighted is this ostentatious look for the masses, meaning basically everybody got to look good. You got to look great. It got to look good. Hey, best vacation ever, best party ever, best person ever, best girlfriend ever, best lover ever, best all these people ever. And it's like, no, that's not what's going on right here. Majority of your celebrities are not making the money that you believe they're making. And literally, they're going broke. Sorry, my child is texting me. They're about to try to ask me for some money. I already know it. Like, I'm not picking them up. I'm gonna send an Uber or something. I don't feel like getting up and doing nothing. It's been like this since the start of time. I mean, I can't say that. I can see where you're coming from, but I think the start of time had something like this. We have our groups of individuals who are like-minded individuals. Everybody couldn't be a fisherman. Everybody couldn't be a hunter. Everybody couldn't be a builder. So you had to find something that fits you. The more that people preach individualism, the more they are looking for a group of their own that's not that big. I can't tell you how many people say, "Oh man, I'm this and I'm this and I'm all this stuff," and it's all about them being an individual. But then they'll turn around and then talk about horoscopes and all that. Oh, I'm on this side, and we think like this, and we. But you just told me you're an individual. But you're quoting hashtag and zodiac signs for what? Because you want a close, tight knit group of people who think like you. Nobody truly wants to be alone. Nobody truly wants. Why would you want to be alone? Why wouldn't you want to experience this thing called life to the fullest? And I think that's the part of Og Maco that happened, is that life became too much. Life became way too much. And when it's too much, and especially as a man, there is no help. You don't get no freaking help. You don't. There's no shelter for men. The mental, emotional groups out there for men painting this whole entire come talk to us stuff and everything like that, it don't exist. You get your boys, you might get a father, you might get an uncle, a grandpa if you're lucky, and that's it. That's all you get. That's all you freaking get. After that, nothing else. and nobody can understand you. You know why nobody can understand you? Because your own experience is your own, and people cannot paint the illustrations good at all. And it just is what it is. So you do that, you get devalued. Everybody that's in this, that's watching this, has always felt like they've been devalued, that they have not been recognized for the greatest that they have, or just the good that they do. But I would ask you this question: have you done it for everybody else? If you're one of those people who say all the time how underappreciated you are, how much time do you spend on making everybody feel appreciated? And then will you tell the truth? It's only one or a couple of people that you want to feel like I matter that much to them. So it is what it is. If you believe that, then believe it. You want to believe that, believe it. But telling me what not to do is insane on my channel. I'll let it slide this one time, but don't come on my channel telling me what to do. That will get you blocked. So that's all that is, man. It's just terrible that it takes mass tragedy to point it out. And there'll be another one. There'll be another one. It just happens that way. We see plane crashes and all that crap. You know it's going to be another one. When you see somebody who is crying because something bad happened to them, it'll be another one. Somebody crying because they happy that something happened to them, there'll be another one. You'll be the next one, or somebody else will. That's just how it goes. And when you think about it, that's just what life is. What's good, my guy? So not today, man. I just was having fun with that. Honestly, I just that was my niche. Like I literally was a battle rapper when I started rapping, when it wasn't popular. But it wasn't like how it is now. It's not like how it is now. It was just, walk up freestyle. And then when it became like battle against people and stuff like that, ooh, I was I was there because I've always been funny. Um, I think you guys will get to see it, and we'll pray that this happens. I'm supposed to go on the I-85 South Show or whatever it is with Carlos Miller and DC Fly and all of them. So yeah, DC Young Fly, pardon me. Anyways, there's a story that's told. It's told very eloquently, right? It's about a man who is a workaholic, pure businessman. All he does is work, 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 work. Has no time for family, has no time for anything. Because in reality, there's no such thing as work-life balance. Like it doesn't work. You're either doing one or you're doing the other. There's no work-life balance. Never. Doesn't exist. That's why I would love to tell ladies this right here. Every man that I know, perfect dream would be, hey, make about 70 to 80 grand a year, have a nice home, preferably 4 bedrooms, nice backyard, nice front yard, go to work 8 to 4 or 7 to 3, get weekends off, and about 3.5 weeks worth of vacation, and they'll be perfectly fine. They'll show up every single day. Because the older that people get, the more they crave stability. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's why you don't see a majority of men rushing to be the freaking manager, or what's the second manager called? I don't even remember what the second manager is called. But yeah, men ain't rushing to hurry up and be the manager. You don't have you don't have time. You don't have weekends. You got to respond to every complaint. You got to worry so much about so much crap. You don't want that. All you want to do is come in, get paid, and get out. That's it. You don't want to deal with bosses. You don't want to deal with company policies and enforcement and all that stuff. I've always despised the whole entire notion that y'all gotta get the boss. You just gotta get the boss. 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 Get. Are you stupid? The boss's salary. You're looking at that $90,000, and it looks good. But that 90,000 comes with be ready to work Friday night. Be ready to work during the whole entire weekend whenever we call. Hey, on Monday, everything better be going so freaking perfectly. And by the way, all you managers are massively replacing. I mean, are replaceable. Pardon me. Live first, the money will come. I don't believe that, dog. You are on your own. If you want to say that, cool. But I don't believe that. I done did the live stuff. I done did a lot of the live stuff. And you know what happened? The money didn't follow. I was broke. I had to sleep in my car. The same car I got in my driveway right now that I bought in 2014. The same freaking one. I used to sleep in that back seat. I got it's three $2 bills, but at first it was $2 bills. I said, no matter how hard it gets, I don't care if I gotta miss a ton of meals. A ton of meals. I promise you, I will not be spending this money. And then life just started to go my way. Facts. It's true. I do it every day and I'm not broke at all. Yeah, and I just combated you on that. So if you want to point to outliers as standards, do your thing, but you'll find no support here. When people like you point to yourself, you discredit the 750,000 individuals who are homeless right now. You discredit 63% of Americans that go bankrupt due to medical costs. You discredit a ton of people. So you can say all that, and that's cool and all that, but you're not getting any support here. But speak as you will. But don't expect me to be like, yeah, you're right. No, I've been on the other side of the coin. And I know a lot more people have been on the other side of the coin. And what you just spewed out is not the credo in which they adopt. Yeah, we don't praise outliers. Good for you, but that ain't the really real world at all. Yeah, but I gotta work. There's so much stuff I want to say, but I can't. I've had to work my butt off every day to have what I got. Exactly. Checking in from San Francisco. Shout out, man. But yeah, now back to it. The man who's a workaholic. That's all he knows. No, never had time to start a family. Never had time to make meaningful connections with anybody outside of work because it's always been work. So one day he decides, you know what? F it, I'm gonna get a pet. At least a pet. Can't get a wife. She ain't gonna work. She's not gonna want that. Obviously can't adopt a kid because who's gonna watch the kid and who's gonna be there for the child? He won't. So he thinks of buying an animal. Starts to think a dog, yeah, but you out 5 days a freaking week. Nah, that's not gonna work. A cat, yeah, you probably can leave a cat alone for 2, 3 days. All right, let's try to do that. Nah, that's not gonna work. So he works his schedule out and basically gets it down to 3 days. And he settles on fish. So much so that he bought a couple of exotic fish, expensive freaking fish. Got the self-cleaning tank and all that, the automatic feeder and all this stuff. A whole lot of automatic gizmos and all this crap and everything like that. What did you walk into? You can walk yourself on out. Peace. Bye. What did you walk into? Walk yourself out. And so basically what ends up happening is He comes home late night, watch the automatic thing, the gizmo freaking feed the fish, and he sits down on the couch and he falls asleep. And the thermostat breaks on the freaking tank. And what happens is the dude bursts out crying. Flat out, just burst out crying. Because at that moment, he started to overthink. And he started to wonder, did those fish who he actually cared about, loved, named, treated like family, his only family, as they were boiling, did the fish look at him and go, man, what's going on, bro? Like, you gonna help us? You gonna help us? Did the fish scream underwater? And so at that moment, he broke down and he started saying the same thing. I wonder who can hear me. And decided to do what Og Maco did and take himself away from the world. And the reason I bring that story up is because it is too many people suffering, scared, miserable, pissed off, angry, disappointed in other people, literally saying, hey, something wrong. My thermostat broken. And I know I'm not going to make it out of life alive. And I'm not appreciated. I'm undervalued. Nobody tells me they give any type of care about me or anything like that. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys now is because at the end of the day, the reward of being appreciated, the reward of knowing that you mean something, where it comes from is not from outer things, it's from inner. It's from inner. And how do you find that? It's simple. Talk to yourself out loud. Literally talk to yourself out loud. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting here and, you know what? Today is probably the worst day of my life. And I have nobody, but I need to get people. I have no friends. I need to go make friends. Because once you're able to say out loud the things you don't have, you can formulate a plan to go and do. There's so many opportunities to meet people. You don't have to physically meet them. You can meet them in spaces like YouTube, Instagram, social media, all of this stuff. Social media is supposed to bring us closer. It's supposed to make us feel like a person hundreds of miles away is actually right here in our backyard. And we have this connection and this bond. And because we have this connection and this bond, we're going to be great. But the problem with greatness is it requires so much sacrifice, so much discipline. And that's how you know you're progressing, is when you're disciplining yourself. When you say, no, I'm not going to do that. Hey, 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 over here, I'm going to do that. Hey, 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 I'm going over here and I'm going to do that. And it's those freaking things. But I feel bad for dude's family because we don't know what's going through that little dude's head. But I can tell you this. We know he's not here. We know that he'll have an effect on his family. And then about a month after it's all said and done, nobody's going to care about him as far as the internet go, just only his friends and family. And what a terrible way to go out. We're only here for this long. It's supposed to make an impact this freaking big. But the skills we have to do it is like this. So The last bit of advice that I can give you all is go fail. Try to make connections and go fail. Try to make friends and go fail. Try to date somebody and go fail. You don't have any control over what other people do. You never did. All you have is control over you. That's my time.